and happy finally Friday. I made it. You made it. Welcome to Breakfast with Bridgett. I think this has been a pretty long week as we head into Spring Forward weekend, but it is Friday, March 8th, 2024. Bless you back there. Somebody is sneezing. I think that was Crystal Moyer. But hope you're doing well this morning. We are waking up a little bit foggy again, and we have more heat on tap in the forecast. And meteorologist Candace Campos is hanging out back in the weather center. You were just out here cutting cake. We're saying goodbye to one of our producers today, Ryan Burkett, and we have a little going away party going on in the background today.
Oh, we do. He is just such a vital center part of our morning team. He's been here for been a
Nine
while.
years? Yeah.
Yeah, he started just before I did, and but he's going back home. Do you know he has a twin brother?
Yes, I do. And they're both in the business.
They are. So, and
That's cool.
they're heading back home. You can't be mad at him for leaving to go
Couldn't be
close.
happier.
Yes, he's still close enough.
Yeah.
The moment we get those expressways straight through, or we get the bright line to Tampa, we'll be able to see him more.
Yep. You better keep in
Oh,
touch.
yeah. Oh, there goes your
Uh oh.
camera.
Bye.
All right, let's take
Bye.
it to the maps. Let's talk about the
Okay.
weather forecast across Central Florida. Hello. Temperatures outside the door this morning were mild in the mid 60s, but we are dealing with some pretty heavy, dense fog across Central Florida. We do have 3 counties under a dense fog advisory until 9 a.m. That includes Orange County, Osceola County, and Lake County. So here's kind of what's going on. This is kind of the big picture. Satellite and radar composite showing our next system building in. That's going to be bringing us rain very, very late Saturday night and into early Sunday morning. But let's first talk about visibility. The moment you walk out the door, we are down to barely any visibility in and around downtown Orlando. Trooper Steve was just talking about a slowdown, that there's no crashes, there's no incidents on the roadways, there's just fog that just developed and is sitting right over the I-4 corridor at this hour. Excuse me. All right, let's talk about those temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. It's already a mild, warm start across Central Florida, and we will continue to warm up. Highs for this afternoon could be a few degrees warmer than yesterday, back into the mid 80s. Rain chances still at about a 20%, primarily favoring our far western zone. So you can see the winds moving in out of the south, pumping in that heat and humidity this afternoon. And as we tie in that east and west coast sea breeze developing, there will be the chance of seeing a pop-up shower or two, primarily from I-4 towards the west. That's basically where our best shot for rain will be today, but it won't be very high. But then we will watch the progress of our next cold front. Before that front moves in, on your Saturday, we will be nearing record highs in Orlando. Sanford and Daytona Beach all have the opportunity to either tie or beat the record set back between 1905 in Orlando to just 2022 in Daytona Beach. So those records ranging between about 85 and 89 degrees. So then we switch gears. Hot Saturday, all building in before that cold front comes through. Now, the front, as of the latest model run, we're just getting it in with the last 15, 20 minutes, showing those scattered showers building in across our far northern counties, Marion County, Flagler County, by about 10, 11 o'clock Saturday night. Now, that line will continue to kind of weaken a little bit and fizzle out as it makes its approach towards the I-4 corridor. So rain chances do drop off significantly. At this point in time, by 3 a.m., we lose a lot of our instability from the heating of the day. Areas like Osceola and Brevard, you might not even see much in the way of rain in the forecast. Most of us will be dry by daybreak on Sunday. What's also happening overnight Saturday into Sunday? We lose that extra hour of sleep as we wake up Sunday morning. Sunrise will be a little later in the morning, and then we'll clear out our skies, and we will finally see a nice cool down back to near normal. We do have the mention of severe weather in the forecast. The bulk of the higher threat will be far north, even north of Gainesville. But northern Osceola and Flagler County, you're still under a marginal risk that we could potentially develop a strong to maybe an isolated severe storm. Doesn't look likely, but I do just wanted to give you a quick heads up on that. So again, we lose that hour of sleep. We get some rain in the forecast, but as we ring in the official season of daylight saving, temperatures will be back to where they should be for this time of the year, or even a little cooler than normal come Monday and Tuesday. But Bridgett, it's been 2 weeks, I think about 12 days of temperatures at about 80 degrees or warmer. So this is going to be certainly a nice little break from a
Mm-hmm.
very warm end to February and a warm start to the month of March.
And Candace, the breeze. We like the breeze, but we have a golf tournament going on here, so I'm wondering if that's going to be a hindrance to some
We
of those
do.
scores.
Sometimes we have rain to contend with for the Arnold Palmer
Mm-hmm.
Invitational there in Bay Hill. Rain's not going to be a big factor because most of it will be happening when no one's on the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, the breeze,
Okay.
that's going to be picking up throughout Saturday and Sunday because of that front. We're talking winds upwards about 15 to 20 miles per hour. So, they're professional. They know how to deal with
Mm-hmm.
the crazy wind and all other weather factors, but that certainly will be playing a part. But listen, at the end of the day, for spectators going out there, I know there's a lot of people who love going out there this weekend. At least make it feel a little more comfortable out there. But finding ways of staying cool, staying hydrated Saturday because it is going to be a hot one on the golf course.
All right, certainly good advice. Looking forward to a nice weekend, Candace, and like we
Yes.
mentioned, a good beach weekend too. So,
Just minus that hour of sleep.
yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that until it's time to get up for work.
That's true. That's true. Just, pretend it's not happening.
I'm just gonna pretend it's not happening. I'm just gonna roll with the flow, like the doctor said yesterday. Just give yourself grace, go with the flow.
Yeah.
Try,
Yeah. A
and
little
then
extra coffee,
we'll
it's
get back on
fine.
track on Monday
We will.
because
We
we
will.
have to.
Yeah, now just get the kids involved in
Yeah,
that
we'll trade some
as well.
stories Monday about how that went. Okay.
Can't wait. My sister decided to do a date night with her husband Saturday night where my niece is going to sleep over. So not only do I have
Aw.
my kids, but I also have an extra small human to ring in daylight
Aw.
savings. So cheers
Uh,
to me. I'll have plenty of stories. Can't
take
wait.
some
Tune in
pictures
on
and
Monday.
video.
I will.
Why don't you just, what? Just do some fun breakfast activity.
Sure.
Okay, that didn't go over well.
I'll make shaped clocks.
You'll come up with something cute. You always do. I know you will.
I'll make clock
Little-
shaped
A
pancakes.
cereal buffet. What about that? Where they can make their own and leave mommy alone.
Ooh, I can hype them up with sugar, then send them off to my sister's house.
Good
idea.
luck. Good
Thank
luck.
you, Bridgett. Thank
All right,
you.
bye, Candace.
You're welcome.
All right, Trooper Steve standing by in results one, and we made it to this Friday. And I said it felt like a long week, and I know Monday's gonna feel weird too for us. So
Absolutely. I just want to make sure you can hear me, right?
yes, we hear you.
Okay, cool. Because I'm using just the phone, no Bluetooth today. I have no idea where I put them. So,
Oh, okay.
my gosh, I'm so glad you guys didn't cut with me when the camera went down. I was losing it in the truck, Bridgett. I was laughing so hard
Oh,
because
I know.
what that camera looks like. It's its own little thing, and it's like.
Mm-hmm. And you and I are the people that if you're not supposed to laugh, don't look at us.
Don't look at Bridgett or I because we will
not
make
gonna
you
work.
laugh. It's just that simple. It's that simple. We won't look at each other at the desk when we both know something is funny because that's it. I'll look at Bridgett and she's just like, don't look at me.
Because there's something serious coming up very shortly, and there I am.
Right. But you said earlier today when we started, it's like,
Yeah.
my gosh, we were messing up the days of the week all week, and
yesterday
I don't
didn't
even know
what day it
why.
was. Yeah, I think it's the time change. You can already feel
That
it.
the anticipation of it, knowing that
Mhm.
Sunday we're going to be dragging
And
butt
it's
a little bit out there.
It's a leap year, so a leap.
It made the leap month though made me feel a little decent because the way that it cycled, we got 3 paychecks in February. Technically,
you would point something like that out.
well, because it makes you feel you gotta
Mhm.
absorb that. It's like because if you're on that bi-weekly, it's every 2 weeks. But February we got hit with 3, so I was like, even though just still got to pay bills, but
Yeah, true. I'm going to show Mark's story a little bit later about the Diverging Diamond project. And so I know you got to get to traffic and what you're working on today, but can you talk about like some of these upcoming projects and how it helps?
Yeah, absolutely. So I love the fact that we are doing the Diverging Diamond. I'm going to be completely transparent. I was very skeptical of the whole Champions Gate one because Champions Gate is a disaster. But if you have commuted out there, the Diverging Diamond keeps traffic moving, and it eliminates a lot of left turns in front of each other. And it worked beautifully out there. Now, of course, we still have issues on I-4, but Champions Gate was great. Now the Mark story, he's covering the Diverging Diamond being put in the Sand Lake I-4 corridor. And Bridgett, you know a lot about this area because the west side's kind of your hunting grounds out there.
It's
It
everything for
is
me. Yeah.
everything, right? Sand
And
Lake
it's
east and
tough.
westbound for years.
The
It's
first
tough.
year that I lived out that way, it was rough on me because I had lived so close to work in Maitland, Winter Park before, and so
Right.
when I got married,
And all of a
and
sudden
went
they're
that
like,
way,
hey, you need to drive Turkey Lake, Sand Lake, and you put Turkey
I'm
Lake so close to I-4, and
and
then
I'm
you've
one of
got
those people. I
ramps
don't
coming
want to
in.
get on the interstate. If I could
You
not
do
get on the
avoid it.
interstate, I will not.
I remember when I first got hired, you're like, Steve, I live over here. How can I get to work without getting on I-4? And I'm like,
And you're
Bridgett,
like,
why? You're adding 10 extra minutes. And you're like, well, I'd rather drive smoothly for 10 extra minutes than be dealing with the stress. And that makes a lot of sense. I'll use 417 a lot because it's moving. It may be 4 extra minutes, but I'm not sitting on I-4.
yeah.
So hopefully this Diverging Diamond is going to allow that traffic and the transition of I-4 and Sand Lake, instead of being like this, to kind of be in sync with each other. I'm really positive about it because of the results that it brought to the Champions Gate area. But like I always say, it gets worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
So
And
just
there's a
because
lot
we're
of
open,
construction right now.
yeah, just because we're opening it up and we're going to start to see some changes this weekend, obviously this thing won't be finalized for quite some time. But people just need to be aware because it's going to be a completely different traffic pattern.
I'm just
I think
curious, how are
maybe
they
next week.
how are they able
Go ahead.
to open up the Diverging Diamond pattern, but it's still like this whole thing's still not finished? How does that work?
So
How
you'll
are you?
see the travel lanes will be negotiated with what we call an MOT, a mode of transportation. A lot of traffic cones, a lot of barrels, a lot of temporary barriers will go up to get people used to it. And then we're going to
Okay.
start to see the final painting, the little walls get put up, landscaping, until suddenly it's just going to be completely something that we've never seen before. So people, when they're traveling out there, need to be aware that it is an active construction zone, even though a lot
Yeah.
of the lanes will be open. So no phones while driving through Sand Lake.
And you know, it's also one of those things where hopefully that will eliminate people with the lights, you know, running the lights,
Oh,
cutting over when, you know, you pretended like you were going to go left, but you want to cut in front of all the people who've been patiently waiting to turn right, or, you
oh,
know,
preach it, Bridgett. She's bringing us
all
to
of it.
church.
Or
She's
you
bringing us
have
to church.
or you have a green light for like 4 seconds to make a left turn. Somebody was looking at their phone, missed the first 3 seconds of the green light,
And you
now
want to be
we're
like,
through another cycle.
yeah, you want to be
Yeah.
honking the horn at them.
It's tough
I
on
give
even the
people,
nicest driver.
I give them 3 Mississippis of grace.
Mhm.
3. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, and then I give a little. I don't hold it down. A little courtesy tap, just a non-aggressive. But it's
A
like at that
courtesy tap.
point, you need to pay attention. Get off the
Oh
phone.
my goodness.
Stop eating the Whopper, and
The
just roll.
Whopper.
Kind of thing. Like, I'm in a mood
Oh.
today.
All right. Well, speaking of which, you went out yesterday with a resident who's new to the area. They live out by, you said Daytona. Did you go to Buc-ee's? Did you end up at Buc-ee's?
I did end up at Buc-ee's. Our producer Donovan was monitoring my stream at the time, and he saw me pull up, and he's like, "Oh, someone's at Buc-ee's." I got me a loaded breakfast burrito.
Whew.
Oh yeah, I didn't make it all the way back home. I had to make a pit stop. But was delicious.
I'm
But
glad you didn't make it back here with that.
Jim Rosa, 2 years relocated from the north here, retired logistics specialist. And I will say this, I've had some amazing people in the truck, but this man might have been the smartest individual that we have had in it. And it's no disrespect to anybody else, but this guy knew what he was talking about. He wasn't just complaining, he was providing me real-time solutions and situations for things out there. So it was a great conversation to have. Today, I'll be hitting the road talking about median crossings. So those open medians, if you're making a left in between and you've got other cars going on, how do you cross them? We're going to attempt to explain that. I don't think I'll be
Yeah.
making U-turns in results 1,
Okay.
But we'll go out there and monitor a few of those today, and that will be today's stream at 8:30. And with that, we can swing into the quick traffic report for you guys.
All right.
DOT cam showing. So look at this. This is a little deceiving. So this is I-4 in Champions Gate. Things look good out here, right? But the second you get towards downtown, look at this wall, Bridgett. This just fell on top of downtown Orlando. Candace and I have been watching this. She just got on air and talked about it. This is causing a slowdown in the eastbound direction. So your drive times aren't too bad, but look at this. Eastbound I-4 from John Young to downtown, there is no crash out there. This is the dense wall of fog that has kind of blanketed itself into the metro area. So if you're headed eastbound, please make sure you're paying attention. Earlier, disabled vehicle has been cleared off of Sand Lake and Greenbrier Parkway. I said Greenbrier Patch like that's from a cartoon or something. Apopka Island and Lake Street. Watch out, you got a minor crash there. And then down in Poinciana at OBT and Poinciana Boulevard. Outside of that, the rest of us pretty smooth this morning. I was actually really surprised. Fridays are always better for us, but with the fog, you just never know. Sand Lake, the rest of us pretty good. And then those routine slowdowns along Piedmont and OBT. We'll have a westbound lane closure overnight for the weekend for your traffic alert over by 5:35. But Bridgett, we're in pretty good shape. Got to remember, Bike Week's still going on. We got the Arnold Palmer going on. We have spring break kicking off here in Central Florida. It never stops. So people just need to make sure they're paying attention.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, did you know March is National Kidney Awareness Month?
I did not, but I should know that.
You should. You should.
I should
I know you have
that.
a lot of things that you support and advocate, but I know that's there too.
Yeah, it's all over the place. And today is an honor for me because I get surrounded by amazing women every single day. Today is National Women's Day. So Bridgett, thank you for always being there. Of course, Candace and Crystal. It's sometimes weird being the only dude, but at the same time, I am blessed to be around such professionals. So thank you guys.
Well, thank you so much, and I hope you have fun out there today at 8:30. We'll see you back here in just a little bit.
Yes, ma'am. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks, Steve. Well, like I just mentioned, it is National Kidney Awareness Month, and we want to talk about that. And we have Miss Akia Blair with us this morning from Art Legacy, Florida, along with her friend Tanya, who is going to talk about a great family expo that is coming up this weekend. And so they are standing by to give us some more information. It's not this weekend, it's next weekend, but it is a family expo, Black Family Wellness Expo coming up on March 16th. So Tanya, Kia, good morning. It's so good to see you again. And, this is an important time of year with March being National Kidney Awareness Month.
Absolutely. Kidney disease affects our multicultural communities more than any other ethnicity. In fact, African Americans and Blacks are 3 times more likely to develop kidney disease, and Hispanics are 1.5 times more likely to develop chronic kidney disease than their counterparts. So it is so important to talk about, be proactive, talk about your health, be proactive, and attend wellness events so you can learn more about your body and how to stay healthy. And I'm so happy to partner with the Orlando chapter of the Links Incorporated for this amazing event.
And we're looking forward. That's going to be fun.
And Judge Tanya Wilson there, and this is just a legacy of love for you all to do this expo and just try to connect with the community. What are the types of resources that people will be able to learn about and get connected to at the expo coming up on the 16th?
Okay, well, thanks, Bridgett, for having me here. They're going to have an opportunity to have blood pressure screenings, to have glucose screenings. There's even a dentist who will be there and her staff to provide dental awareness. But like we said, the focus is on kidney awareness. And so you'll be able to take a kidney quiz so you can find out what your level of risk is for chronic kidney disease. And then we're going to have other fun events for kids. We're going to have African dancers and yoga. And because we all know that healthy eating is important to preventing and taking care of yourself if you have chronic kidney disease, we are going to have a company here called Solicious Vegan Kitchen. Yes, Solicious Vegan Kitchen is going to be providing free samples. They have crab cakes, they have a like a jerk chicken bowl with a mango salsa. And so the food she was telling us is absolutely delicious sounding at the very least. And so people will be able to come to the event, and they're going to have there's a lot of education. There's a lot of education about your personal health and your wellness, but really, Bridgett, a focus on protecting your kidneys so that you don't have to develop chronic kidney disease. And if you do, how can you live with it? How can you make your life more fulfilling if you do have it? So we're excited to be able to present that to the community and offer that resource to them.
And I do want to talk a little bit more about kidney disease because we find out about these situations oftentimes just when someone in our closest circle is impacted, and a lot of times it's when time is running out. So what are some of the things that we can do to check in on, if our kidneys are doing okay? What can we do to change up our lifestyle and our diet to protect our kidneys or keep them healthier longer?
Right. And we're not doctors,
Right.
but of course, it's some basic things. Diabetes affects the function of your kidneys, hypertension, high blood pressure. Your kidneys do a lot of work. They filter your blood, 2 dozen times or more every single day. So we have to make sure that, as Tanya mentioned, healthy eating is key. And a lot of times we don't know that we've developed kidney disease. You're right, until it's too late and we either need dialysis or we need to be on, the transplant waiting list. So it's really important to every year talk with your doctor, get your blood work done every single year, because there are a lot of things that doctors can see just by taking your blood. They can look at your kidney function. They can look at, how well they're filtering, your blood and other organs as well. So it is so important. Don't shy away from just having those conversations with your doctor and saying, hey, I'm going to make an effort to, get my numbers every single year, know my numbers, and then also attending events like the Wellness Expo. I mean, what better place to learn so much information, not only about your kidneys, but about other things going on in your health and your wellness than at this one-stop shop. So this is a perfect opportunity to learn more about you.
And this
And
is the first
hopefully,
Saturday.
when
Oh,
they
go
okay.
ahead. Yeah, go
No,
ahead.
no, no. I was just saying, and hopefully, when people do come, that they will be able to actually save their lives. So there will hopefully be at least one person, at least that's what we're praying for, one person who realizes, hey, I'm at risk. Let me make these lifestyle changes so that they can live a fulfilling life.
Yeah, we had a story just the other day about the diet drinks. And on one side of it, it was like if you drink diet drinks, you're at this increased, I think it was a 20% risk, higher risk of developing AFib. On the other side of that study, they said those drinking just the regular soda drinks as frequently as the other study had that higher chance of developing type 2 diabetes. And there are so many people who are going to get their annual checkup and finding out they are borderline. And so it really becomes a fight to fight off diabetes and try to get ahead of, a decline that your doctor might be able to detect.
Yeah, it's amazing how many things we eat and we don't even think about play a factor. I always look at the label and I try to, eat things that don't have a lot of added sugar to it, because I love sweets, and so I want to make sure.
Yeah.
I know, right? I want to make sure that I'm not eating, something that I wouldn't imagine has a lot of sugar in it, but it really does. So you really need to be proactive and talk with your doctor about your diet. Talk with your doctor about knowing your numbers, where you stand, how your organs are functioning. And the best way to do that is making sure every single year you check in with your doctor.
And so the expo is free. That's the other big thing to take note of here. And the location, can you explain, kind of orient us about where this particular Boys and Girls Club is on Lakeland Avenue?
Yes, it's the Jacqueline Bradley and Clarence Otis Boys and Girls Club. It's located on 700 South Lakeland, and it is in the vicinity of Gore, Orange Center Boulevard, and Jones High School. So hopefully we can see you all there next Saturday. It will be between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., and we are expecting to have a lot of fun.
Oh, yes.
A lot of fun.
I know there'll be some good freebies and swag out there, like you said, the chance to try different foods and then get those free screenings as well. So that's March 16th, 10 to 2, the Black Family Wellness Expo at the Jacqueline Bradley and Clarence Otis Boys and Girls Club at 700 South Lake Avenue, coming up on March 16th. So thank you, ladies, for joining us. We have so much we want to talk about, so we'll have you back soon to talk more about organ donation and just the different resources that we can connect with to help support our health and help support one another. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Bridgett.
Thank you, Bridgett.
Have a great day.
You too.
You too.
We want to talk about that diverging diamond traffic pattern a little bit more for you. Mark Lehman has a breakdown.
After years filled with traffic backups and frustrated drivers, changes are soon coming to bring relief to Sand Lake Road at I-4. A diverging diamond interchange is opening this weekend.
A DDI helps move traffic more freely through intersections, and from a safety perspective, it reduces conflict points with left turn movements.
FDOT has used the diverging diamond in other areas to reduce traffic, like the Champions Gate interchange at I-4. Here's how it works. As drivers go underneath the interstate, they'll be shifted to the left, which takes away left turns across oncoming traffic and doubles capacity through the intersection. The changes at Sand Lake are part of the Beyond the Ultimate project to expand improvements along I-4 through the attractions area. On top of the diverging diamond, work is continuing on ramps for years. Eventually, the left turn onto southbound Turkey Lake Road will be rerouted, another design that should reduce backups.
Reduce backups. 2 words that are music to our ears. So if you use that area, try it out. Let us know. Go to clickorlando.com. Tell us what you think. Tell Trooper Steve, because we'll be talking about this some more pretty soon. Well, we want to let you know that Weather-Wise is coming up next with meteorologist Jonathan Kagas, and Trooper Steve is on patrol coming up at 8:30. I'll see you back on News 6 WKMG at noon with more news and weather updates with Candace and Justin Warmoth. So we'll see you then at noon, and we hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you back here on News 6 Plus 7:30 on Monday when we spring forward. I'll try not to complain too much, but have a great weekend. Bye.